see in today's work atmosphere where we keep hearing, even reading on social media about how pressurizing it is to work in different corporates, and mental health as such has been a very neglected field, at least in India, since a very long time. It's just during the pandemic, when the stresses of being in the coronavirus situation came up, that people started even speaking of mental health. Otherwise, before that, people simply brushed it all under the carpet and people would not even want to speak with it. There were stigmas associated with mental health, and if anybody had any supposed issues with regard to their mental well-being, in our society, unfortunately, it was considered something very stigmatic. But people keep working, and as there could be a lot of friction amongst people, pressures of work, pressures to achieve, it can create a big toll. And if we don't speak of it, if we don't provide resources to people on what can they do when they are facing this situation, it can be quite difficult and challenging. Let's take a look at some of these statistics now with regard to mental health in the Indian scenario. These are some very interesting statistics which will give you an idea of what and where we stand with regard to this important situation, that is mental health in our country. 46% of the employees express the need for better mental health support in the workplace. Now, that's a big number, 46%. 48% of the Indian corporate employees are at high risk for poor mental health. You may be at a very senior position, but many people do not even recognize that they are probably having an issue with regard to their mind and their heart. Okay, and they keep on plodding, and they may not even look at seeking resources to assist themselves. 69% of HR, human resources, indicated the desire to include mental health and resiliency workshops in their work schedules. And we see that now with some of our clients who keep asking us to create workshops specially designed around these areas. And we keep working on that, providing that, and it's a huge number, 69%, right? And 50% of millennials and 75% of Gen Zers had left roles in the past for mental health reasons, voluntarily and involuntarily. So these are some very telling statistics, all the way from 46%, which anyway is not a small number, to we can see at 75% also, where people had to leave the roles they were in simply because they couldn't cope with the stressors which today's work environment is operating in. So this is one of the things about the importance of mental health in today's work scenario in the field of India. Actually, that's a very interesting point, because people sometimes wear masks, as we say, especially when you're in a corporate kind of environment or you're working with people, you have to put up a certain front, right? But that itself can be very stressful, because then you are having to live up to that image which you're trying to build about yourself.